Charisma here, and welcome to another video in my LARP series. Today I'm going to show you how to make a frog for one of your swords. When I first started LARPing, I just sort of slipped my sword on through the belt. It looks kind of terrible, but the worst part is that when you're running around, it actually slowly slips out. This one doesn't have a very big cross guard at all, really, so there's nothing to hold it in place. So I really made a quick fix at one point. I sort of just glued together a frog with a hot glue gun. I'm going to show you how to do that. These things you're going to need for your frog are some kind of old boot or any kind of material that could be used to make a frog, hot glue sticks, a glue gun, and a scissors. You can really use any part of the boot. This one has these buckles here, so I'm actually just going to cut these off and use these buckles because they look kind of nice. So just sort of flip them out. But really, you don't have to use buckles. For my first frog, I actually just took an old boot. It didn't have any buckles like this, cut out material, and then glued it into the shape of a frog. So that's something that you could do. Alright, so now from here, take your sword and put it on the tightest buckle if you're using one with a buckle. Measure it around like so. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. So you want to make sure that your sword is going to stay put, but you also want to make sure that you can get it out. So sort of measure out how much you want. I'm going to cut it at about there. And then place it around like so. And so make sure that your pommel won't slip through here, since you're going to have it on the tightest. Maybe just a little more. You want to be able to draw it really quickly in a fight. That looks about good, I think. And then just take your glue gun. I didn't get the glue sticks out yet. And then just put, starting at the base of it, add a line of hot glue, glue it together, and then really reinforce it so that it holds, because when you draw your sword a lot while you're LARPing, you don't want it to randomly break. The loop for our sword is made. And now the next part is actually also pretty easy. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to measure the strap that attaches to your belt on your belt. So that's actually not a great piece. I'm going to cut off this other one and use this other strap for it. Okay, so there's what we got there. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to just kind of loop it around my belt like so, like that. So now I'm measuring down that this is the end of it. That's about where we want it. Take it off and then just glue it to your frog. Just really let it cool down because you want it to set well. And then just glue this onto the other side over here. Now this would be better if you could sew it. I will say I am not great with sewing material like this. Alright, so you're basically done. That's your frog right there. Pretty easy, pretty quick. Now I'm going to let it cool down for a little bit and we'll test it out. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. Here it is. I slipped it onto my belt loop, the one that we just made. My sword, we'll try it out. So I'm going to just push it on in, and there you go. No more sword losing in the middle of LARP, especially if you're new and you have no frogs or some kind of sheath or something to hold your sword. If you're an NPC, oftentimes you're unlikely, especially when you first join, to have something like this. So just something that's really easy and quick to make. My other one held up pretty well. It lasted about a season and a half, so I would say that you're probably set with this. And if it does break, well, just re-glue it. You'll be good. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make a LARP sword frog. And I will see you next time. Farewell.